Hi, Martin.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Jane. Hello, Jérôme.
Désirez-vous que j'effectue la lecture des consignes en anglais ou en français?
English, please, yeah.
So each team has 20 minutes to present its case to the judges. I will show a board for the 10, the 5, 2, and the last 30 seconds of the presentation. During the last 10 seconds of the speech, I will indicate with my two hands the number of remaining seconds. The team that has not ended its presentation after 20 minutes will be stopped to move on to the question period. A period of question of a maximum duration of 5 minutes is assigned to the jury at the end of the presentation. I would like to remind the jury that it's mandatory to ask at least one question during the period. So I would invite the judges to introduce themselves and then the team can begin.
Jeanette Landry, HR Operations.
Hi, I'm Claire Tourvé-Dalbert. I'm the Director of Organizational Development at Atlantic Lottery. So we both work at Atlantic Lottery.
Awesome. Good. So you know what we're talking about then.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. For over 40 years, Atlantic Lottery has been extremely successful for its popularity among the Eastern Canadians. However, we believe that there's still room for development, specifically in the culture and the skill development sector of the company itself. And that's really why we're here. My name is Martin. I'm here with my colleague Jerome and Jane. We're here to present to you our strategy to make culture change a game changer. So here's what we're going to go over today. We're first going to talk about the current situation of the company. We're going to give you an overview of the company and where Atlantic Lottery stands among competition and in the industry. Then we're going to give our alternatives that were mentioned in the case and also the recommendations that we have proposed. Then we're going to go into the finances. We're going to talk numbers, see the financial impact we're going to make with our strategy. And then we're going to talk about how exactly we're going to implement these strategies and the things that could go wrong potentially. So I'm going to pass it on to Jerome, who will talk about the company overview.
Donc, commençons par regarder un court aperçu de la compagnie et plus spécifiquement les aspects culturels de celle-ci, car c'est sur quoi nous basons notre présentation. Donc, premièrement, pour ce qui est de la structure de Atlantic Lottery, il s'agit d'une structure fonctionnelle et très formelle, c'est-à-dire qui est divisée selon les tâches des employés. Cela représente très bien la culture de la compagnie qui est prédictible, orientée par des règles et bureaucratique. Un autre exemple de cela est le fait que l'âge moyen des employés est de 41 ans, ce qui est relativement élevé pour une compagnie qui se voudrait entrepreneuriale. Toutefois, malgré le fait que cette culture n'est pas si organique, les employés sont quand même satisfaits puisqu'il y a un haut taux de rétention sur le 90% parmi les meilleurs employés. Maintenant, pour ce qui est de l'industrie dans laquelle Atlantic Lottery évolue, il est important de préciser qu'Atlantic Lottery a le monopole de la loterie et des jeux de paris sur le territoire canadien atlantique. Toutefois, cela n'empêche pas d'avoir des compétiteurs, puisque certains sites en ligne offrent également des jeux de paris, comme par exemple Betway ou Bet365, et font donc compétition à Atlantic Lottery. Atlantic Lottery se différencie par contre de ses compétiteurs, notamment en donnant 93% de ses profits à la communauté atlantique canadienne. Mais ces compétiteurs sont tout de même présents et c'est donc pour cela que nous cherchons à trouver une façon d'augmenter l'innovation chez ALC afin de mieux combattre ses compétiteurs. Parlons maintenant de certains problèmes que nous avons identifiés chez Atlantic Lottery. Donc, premièrement, les employés nouvellement recrutés sont en moyenne dans leur trentaine déjà et ont entre 5 et 10 ans de travail déjà. Et donc, ça peut être bon pour chercher de l'expérience, mais si on veut avoir une culture entrepreneuriale, une culture plus jeune, il serait également important d'aller chercher des personnes plus jeunes dans la vingtaine qui sortent de l'université, etc. De plus, certains employés de la compagnie doivent reporter à 4 différents gouvernements provinciaux, ce qui peut grandement compliquer leurs tâches et peut donc affecter leur satisfaction au travail. En général, il y a donc un problème dans la culture qui est un peu trop bureaucratique et nous cherchons donc à la rendre plus entrepreneurielle afin d'augmenter l'innovation de l'entreprise.
So why exactly are we here? As my colleague previously mentioned, even though Atlanta Lottery has been extremely successful and popular among the Eastern Canadians, we believe that there's room for growth. We believe that there's things that could be done to involve the company's culture to one that encourages innovation and ensures future success in the future. So we really took a look at the different alternatives that really caught our attention in the case. You mentioned that there could be things that could be done with the recruitment process itself. We could really change up the whole recruitment in order to really develop our HR perspective of the business. There are also changes that could be done with the structure itself. We can really change up the different organization charts that we have to make the business more efficient and make our operations more effective. And also we could also look for younger talent. We could look for younger employees in order to really change up the work environment. We could look at the skill development and leadership culture development. We can also make changes to our operational processes and the work distribution and urban migration of talent. So, how do we make sense of all these alternatives? We have developed a decision criteria, as you can see right here. What we did was we took a deeper look. We really dove into Atlanta Lottery's mission, vision, and operating principles. So we realized that Atlanta Lottery, as a company, we pride ourselves for the contribution that we do to our community, for really ensuring that the players have the best experience, and we always have the continuous innovation and trust from our customers as well. We really want to make sure that the employees have a rewarding and innovative work environment. And for our shareholders, obviously we want a sustainable success to attract more investors and to make sure they have faith in our company. So here's what we come up with. As you can see, we have the decision criteria on the left, and on the first row, we have the different alternatives that were previously mentioned in the case. So we really focus on the development of the culture itself, aka the employees. So as you can see, all these alternatives will have a significant impact to develop the employees and making sure they have a rewarding work environment. However, specifically for recruitment, skill development, and the focus on structure and leadership development, we believe that they will also make a huge impact on the player experience, community, and also our beloved shareholders as well. So these are our recommendations. We believe that we could really change up the game by creating a new hybrid organization structure. 2, holding all hands meetings, which we'll go into detail later. And we'll introduce an involvement team. 4th, we're going to create a college recruitment program to hunt for the youngest and the wildest talents out there to really bring onto the team. And last but not least, we're going to introduce a mentorship program for the new employees so we can really get them on board and work efficiently with the rest of our team.
Donc, notre première solution est de mettre en place une nouvelle structure hybride qui se voudrait de séparer certaines fonctions selon les provinces. Donc, la première équipe que nous avons décidé de séparer en province est l'équipe du Corporate Government Relations Council, et donc une équipe qui se doit de reporter au gouvernement, et afin de simplifier leurs tâches, nous avons décidé de les séparer. La deuxième équipe est le conseil légal, qui doivent eux aussi satisfaire certaines lois, certains critères du gouvernement, et le fait qu'ils soient séparés nous permet donc de simplifier leurs tâches et ainsi d'augmenter leur satisfaction au travail. Tel que nous avons mentionné, ça permettrait donc d'améliorer l'efficacité de ces employés et ainsi réglerait le problème que nous avions du fait que certains employés n'étaient pas satisfaits car c'était trop compliqué pour eux de reporter à 4 gouvernements différents. Passons maintenant à notre deuxième solution, qui se veut une solution qui met l'accent sur l'innovation. Nous avons décidé de créer des rencontres qui incluraient tous les employés de la compagnie, ce qu'on appelle en anglais des All Hands Meetings. Ce seraient des rencontres mensuelles avec tous les employés, ou s'il y a trop d'employés dans un bureau, on pourrait simplement diviser en 2 et faire une rencontre pour chaque moitié. Durant cette rencontre, nous ferions un résumé rapide de ce qui se passe en ce moment dans l'entreprise, des récentes nouvelles, de ce qui va bien, de ce qui va un peu moins bien. Cela permettrait notamment de donner aux employés un sentiment d'importance et un sentiment d'appartenance à la compagnie, puisqu'on leur fait savoir qu'ils sont importants pour nous et qu'ils méritent de savoir ce qui se passe dans la compagnie. Également, nous voudrions que l'équipe d'innovation et l'équipe d'engagement, une nouvelle équipe que nous vous conseillons de mettre en place et que nous parlerons plus en profondeur par la suite, ces deux équipes seraient présentes lors de ces rencontres et prendraient notamment des suggestions de tous les employés afin d'encourager le partage de nouvelles idées et également l'innovation que nous recherchons dans l'entreprise. Je passerai maintenant la parole à Jane qui vous parlera de nos 3 prochaines recommandations.
So, now our third and fourth recommendation go into hiring new talent with new ideas and fostering this talent. So first, our third recommendation involves a 10-week internship program. We would recruit at universities and graduate programs. And first, for the undergraduate internship program, it would have a duration of 10 weeks, and at the end, upon completion, they would have an opportunity to start as entry-level employees. Also, for the graduate internship program, upon completion, if they demonstrate proper leadership qualities and like they're a really good, proper fit for the company, they have an opportunity to step right into a senior level position. And this is going to ensure the innovation, this game-changing entrepreneurial culture that we're looking to develop in the office. Next, flowing right through this, and our fourth recommendation is the mentorship program. This is after we find our new hires, and it's going to ensure that the well-seasoned leaders that are already in Atlantic Lottery Corporation are going to really mentor and season the new employees that we hire. And also, the new employees that are hired will offer a new perspective to the already there leaders, and it's just going to create great communication throughout the company. Next, our last but not least recommendation is our involvement team. Now who will we accept in the involvement team is 5 employees that are already at the company, and they will report to the head of organizational development. And these employees are going to meet once a week and create new initiatives for different events in the company, such as parking an ice cream truck outside in the summer, or a company outing, company picnic. Things to get the employees motivated, to ensure communication, makes some motivation, and just create an excitement within the company. And also, they will be compensated 3% year-end bonus after every year. This is the equivalent to a raise that an employee would typically receive at the end of the year at your company. And next, I'll go into the finances for these recommendations. So, it turns out that the only recommendations that require finances are the internship program and the involvement team. For the internship program, we expect that throughout the 10-week program, undergraduate employees or undergraduate interns will each be compensated $6,000 for the summer. That is dividing to $15 an hour, $40 a week, 40 hours a week, and for 10 weeks. Next, for the graduate interns, we believe that they should be compensated $20 an hour, and there will be 5 in each office, so they'll work within each specific VP department. This includes VP IT, VP Stakeholders Relations and Innovation, VP Game Design and Innovation, VP Sales and Marketing, and VP Finance. And so then this comes out to a total cost of $300,000 for the total internship program. Next, for the involvement team, this comes to a much smaller investment, but still reaps a great reward for the company. As I said, they will be compensated 3% year-end bonus at the very end, and this amounts to $25,000 for all 15 employees that are going to be used for the involvement team. And next, I'm going to pass it off to Martin for the implementation.
Thank you, Jane. So how exactly are we going to implement such a huge strategy of different aspects and different areas? So we believe that we're going to have a trial year, so aka the first year. So in the first year, between the first 2 quarters, we believe that we should really kick off the recruitment right away for our interns. We're gonna first look in our own community. We're gonna look in the Eastern Canadian region to look for the brightest minds and the youngest minds to bring to our team. And then we're gonna open up the application to outside of the Maritimes as well, to look for interns across the country, encourage them to apply. And we believe that in the 3rd quarter, which will be after the actual internship program, we'll be opening up the different positions for full-time recruitment so that we can really bring these internships on board after they know what Atlantic Lottery is all about and learn about our company culture and how we operate as a business. So in terms of skills and organizational part of our strategy, we believe that we should really have the all-hands meetings and the involvement team up and running throughout the entire year, so we can really change up the culture in our first year and see what kind of effect it will bring to the company and the culture itself. And to go deeper into organizational change of our strategy, for the legal structure and government relation structures that Jerome talked about, we believe that we should definitely do that right away. So in the very first quarter, we're looking to make the change so that our employees know that we are taking care of them, that the only thing that really dissatisfies them and really stresses them out, we are really dividing up the structure so that they can basically relieve the stress and the pressure on the employees who report to the different governments. And last but not least, to go into the leadership, we have the mentorship program. We thought it would make sense to really have the mentorship program in the very last quarter of the year, aka after the full-time recruitment. So we can have the new hires, we can really pair up the new hires with an older employee so that the new hires could really get on board and work as we want, as efficiently as possible. So as any great plans, there's definitely a lot of things that could potentially go wrong, and here's are the different contingencies that we have for our recommendations. So at first, we have the provincial division recommendation that we previously mentioned. We believe that could potentially lead to heavier workload on the individual council members. Because as we said, we're dividing up the structure. We're not really getting any new employees, but we're basically dividing the team into 4 different parts according to the government, so that each division could report to their own individual government. However, that could definitely lead to heavier workload in the first year, and some employees might not be used to it. So that's something that we foresaw. And second of all, for the all-hands meeting, we believe that some may argue that could lead to a high opportunity cost. Because that would be half an hour a week, that would be an hour a week that we could do for something else rather than hosting a meeting. And for the talent program itself, as we said, we're looking to get more interns, young blood into the company. However, there's an unknown impact on the work environment that these interns might bring to us. It might not be something that we're familiar with. And for the involvement team, we believe that it could be quite difficult to figure out the fair compensation and monitoring program, because such a program has never been done before. So it's 3% annual bonus rate. Is it really fair? So these are the things that we really foresaw. However, we believe that the pros definitely outweigh the cons, and that these contingencies are extremely short-term, and when you look at the long-term effect that our strategy will bring to you, it will definitely pay off in the end. So for the provision division, even though it might mean that employees will have to work harder, that there's more weight on their shoulders, but that could definitely help relieve the stress among the entire department. For the all-hands meeting, even though there's an opportunity cost, yes, these employees could be doing something else for the time of the meeting, but this is really a way to really collaborate with one another and to really learn from everyone's mistakes across different functions and departments in the company. For the talent program, as we're trying to really change up the culture, trying to make it more entrepreneurial, to make it more innovative, we believe that the talent program could really pay off, and we had a vision that we'll be able to really hire the full-time positions from our interns in the future, which will really help develop the company in the future as well. And last but not least, for the involvement team, even though it's hard to figure out a fair compensation, but for the involvement team, we can really help create a culture that is really inviting and encouraging for change. So these are the strategies. We hope you can remember the key takeaways. And so that marks the end of our presentation. We believe that making a culture change a game changer is what Atlantic Lottery should really focus on. We hope you enjoy our presentation, and we open the floor up to any questions you might have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Very good presentation. There are many things that we do currently. There's many things that certainly triggered a lot of ideas in my head. One of the questions I have for you is, right now, my managers that are hiring new talent into our companies, they go for, I want experience, because, so how do I change their mind to hire somebody fresh out of university as opposed to somebody with experience?
For sure, yeah. So I can answer that question if you want, if you guys want to add anything to it later on. So I believe you could definitely talk to the manager, him or herself. You can talk to them that these students, even though they may not have experience, but through the extracurricular activities that they do at school, it really shows the type of personality they are. It really shows the potential leadership skills that they potentially possess. So it's really about what they do outside of the classrooms that could really add to build onto their resume. So the different leadership positions, such as if you're a leader of JDC, if you are even a captain of a sport, if you're involved in a fraternity or a sorority, it really shows the different leadership that you have even outside of the workforce. And I'm pretty sure a lot of students even have part-time work experience as well, so that's definitely something that could bring to the table.
And also, to build off of what Martin is saying, there's actually a plan. So because we definitely took this in mind when creating the internship program, that is why I know there's around 630 employees at Atlantic Lottery Corporation. In 3 offices, that's around 210 in each office. So if we hire 10 undergraduate interns, that's a very low ratio compared to the 210. So I guess we would be seeing how it goes in the first year, testing out the waters, try hiring them if they are successful, and if not, then it's not such a huge risk because there are so many few employees that we started out with. And even for the graduate programs, which is an even greater risk for the senior level employees, there are only 5 in each office, so 15 in total. And so in worst case scenario, it's there's not as high a risk because we're not starting out with many interns in the beginning.
Et également, si je peux me permettre, le fait, c'est que nous ne sommes pas en train de discriminer les employés avec de l'expérience, etc. Tout ce que nous voulons, c'est simplement, notamment par notre programme de mentorat, c'est de faire en sorte que les employés plus vieux, ayant de l'expérience, soient également confrontés à une perspective plus jeune, pour avoir justement une nouvelle perspective et promouvoir cette innovation que nous voulons tant obtenir chez Atlantic Lottery et cet esprit entrepreneurial. C'est simplement, tout ce que nous cherchons en fait, c'est de la diversité. En ce moment, oui, c'est important d'avoir des gens avec de l'expérience, mais c'est aussi important d'avoir de la diversité afin de, comme nous l'avons dit, avoir des perspectives différentes et pouvoir augmenter la créativité et l'innovation dans l'entreprise.
Ma question qui suit, do you understand French?
I really don't.
Oh, that's fine. I'll do it in English. So, you know, very interesting concept in terms of having somebody, a graduate, and having a spot at this, a run for the senior position. So that would create a lot of competition in my group of employees because some have been working 20 years to get to that senior position. So how do I address that?
Yeah, so in our mind, we definitely thought of it. However, we write in the case that we're really looking forward to really changing up the culture a little bit. We're trying to spice things up a little bit. So I believe that you could definitely, as a development of organizational development, I truly believe that you could address the employees by saying that we're really trying to change up the culture and to bring some young blood into the company itself and to see what these fresh graduates, what they have in mind. Like they might have a totally completely different perspectives that they could bring to the table. So I believe that's the most important and the most precious thing that these student interns can really bring to the company.
I know you had like 5 recommendations. Which one would you pick first? Would you recommend us to start with?
Okay, so I can see for the implementation part, we believe, so there are 4 different parts of our recommendation, as you previously mentioned, and 5 points exactly. So we're looking to really kick off the intern recruitment right away, and we believe that since honestly, the only problem that was mentioned in the case was how there was a job dissatisfaction for the government report. Oh. Can I just finish my sentence real quick? Sorry. Thank you so much. So basically the structure change, I believe that's definitely the top priority. We should definitely address the thing that really concerns our employees the most. We definitely need to address that. So I would recommend, we would recommend to really make that change right away for the legal structure and the government relations structure to really address the issue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you so much.
Thank you.